Tony, thank you so much for having us here. This is awesome. I love when you walk in, you see all the way through to the back and out onto through the trees and onto the beautiful golf course. That's gorgeous.
Thank you for coming. I'm so glad that you guys made it today.
Yeah.
Excited to show you our home.
We look to the mountains. We don't care if it's only a dream. Nothing is really what it seems anyway.
So this is the Caroline Loft B plan, as you know well. The only changes we made to it was that we added a garage on this side. And we'd love just being able to walk right in and have kind of an entry room and a beautiful kitchen. I really want to focus on the wood because that's what makes this house what it is. Of course, the oak is just beautiful. And we picked the flat side on the inside. We just thought it was a cleaner look, and we really like being able to hang cabinets and pictures. Just makes life easier, less dust. One of the things that our painter decided to do that we just thought was brilliant was to paint these lighter, if you notice. So
Yes,
it's like
I did.
It's like a whitewash that he did, and I think it was great. It really gave it a pop. We did the same thing with the tongue and groove decking, and that allowed it to be kind of open and then still have the pop of the beautiful gold oak log. My wife especially wanted a little more modern than rustic, and so we chose these quartz kind of marble countertops that are really in style now, and then the lighter sea salt paint.
Right, I love the color.
Thank you. Yeah, so that's how we decided to kind of do this room, and just keeping it open and having the focal point and turn the house around so that it looks out on the golf course.
Yeah, with this Loft B plan, you have the loft above this space here, which gives you a cozy feeling in your kitchen as opposed to it all being vaulted. You know, it gives you the nice beam look. But I really like the way that you did all the beams, and they're very finished looking, and I like that light stain. Did they use the same stain on the inside of the logs, or what did you do on the inside of the logs?
Well, so this was a whitewash. This was I forget the theme. I think it was a Sashko like wheat color here.
Wheat color for their capture.
Yeah, yes. And then it was a last minute decision. We weren't sure, but they asked us about caulking, and we decided to caulk it to kind of give it an interior chinking look, a clean look, and just kind of break up the logs a little bit.
Yeah, that's everything that I build. I always caulk the inside of them also, and I think it gives it a more finished look, and you don't see the rows of logs quite as much, you know. But I really like that too.
And then on the outside, we did wholly different colors. So it's interesting when you come in, it looks more of like those old log homes from upstate New York. Some of the U.S. Forest Service buildings that have the dark mahogany brown. We'll look at that later.
Yes, yeah.
But we wanted it to be clean and open and modern, and that reflects also on the flooring. This was an option that Gastineau offers as far as, I believe they call this the Hallmark oak linen. It is just a really, we went back and forth with carpet and with kids and, snow, and just decided a hardwood product that's white and makes the space feel open was going to be kind of that whitewash feel, a great look.
It does. I have not seen this in a lot of homes because most time people go with a more like a natural oak look, but this is beautiful. I really, really like it. And it, you normally think of this as being like in a beachy thing,
yes.
but it looks perfect here in the mountains. This is it's a gorgeous, and it does, it makes it all look brighter and bigger. And
that was the idea, to offset the wood, because there is a lot of wood and we wanted different color themes. Because that was one of the things my wife was concerned about, was having a lot of dark wood. And I said, we're not going to do that. And so we played with different design ideas, and this is what we ended up
yes, I love it. I love it.
So with that theme, walking here into the living room, having one big great living room, we decided to keep the tongue and groove decking light as well, to still have that volume and that openness, and then to differentiate the beautiful logs and have those separate, and just be able to have a nice looking finished product.
Yeah, I think that mixing the different woods, you've got a pine ceiling, oak logs, oak floors, but they've got different finishes to them. And I really think that, it all just works together. It looks better than having everything matching the same. And then you put that together with the painted cabinets with the sea green color. It all works, so well. And it's got maybe an eclectic feel to it, where everything's just not. And I really like that, and it's a much more casual feel, which I think is what most people want in a log home. They want people to walk in and feel like they're comfortable.
Right.
It's not a formal living room. It's a come in and feel like you're at home.
Yes, yeah, and it was kind of like modern rustic to have a couple different ideas. So we did that with the cabinets, but then and the white flooring, which is kind of modern, but then you still have the rusticness of the typical log. One of the things I wanted to point out too was dovetail. To me, that is such an awesome option. I looked at different options. I've always loved the dovetail, and when I look at this, it just, to me, is just such a nice finish. And I don't recall it being a whole lot more in the package, but I love it. And so that was something that we added as well. And then of course, the nice big open beams and just having a really nice rustic feel.
Gives you a craftsman feel to the house.
Right.
A real craftsmanship.
Yeah,
Yes,
so that was one of the things. And then this house, we flipped because we wanted to have the prow to go right to the golf course. And so that's our view here, is to be able to look out on the 14th hole and have this beautiful view of the paths and the golf every day.
Yeah.
Just a beautiful thing to look out on.
Yeah, and I think you flip the front to the back and the left to the right.
Yes.
Yeah. But both directions, so that it fits your lot. And we do that all the time with people, making it fit your lot. And even sometimes people are in the middle of the design process. At the last minute, they go, "Oops, we need to flip it," because they get out, they start staking at a house, and it could be, it could be your view, it could be where your septic's coming, or where your water's coming in, for whatever. Your driveway is a better way for it to come in, that's very typical. It's really easy for us to do for you.
Yeah, we wanted to capture. I did a lot of painstaking views, and from the bedroom, I wanted to be able to look out through the French doors and see the golf course.
Yes.
And from here, and so we looked at that, and this was the best way to fit it.
Yes.
And it was very easy to work with your designers to do that.
Yes. I like this view from this way, looking toward the loft area also. And then when you're upstairs, you get the view of looking out through the trap windows and everything. But I think just being able to look from this direction and, sit in your chairs and, so there's multiple viewpoints. It's not just looking out, there's different things that you can see from here. And
yes. This is one of my favorite chairs, Lynn. I'm here a lot. Ask my wife. I get to see the golf course, I get to see the fireplace, and I can see the loft.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Yeah. One thing about this design I like is there's not a lot of wasted space. You don't have a lot of hallways. You have a very short hallway here, but it takes you back to the master suite and your half bath here on the main level for guests and utility room, and very, very well laid out plan, I think.
I told Nancy that essentially I wanted to get a home that we'd have a master on the main for as we get older in age. That to make life easier. So it's the first home I've had where the master's on the main. So as we go down the hallway here, Lynn, we've got the guest bathroom here.
Right.
And
very handy for guests.
Very handy washroom behind that.
Have a coat closet or linen closet.
Linen closet, yep.
Okay.
And then this is our continuing with the theme in the other room. We whitewashed these beams as well, as you can see. A lot of light from this side. The oak's almost got like a pink hue to it, but a white hue in certain lighting. I love it. And again, we wanted that volume of space in our master. Only room we put a little bit of color in. We did a little bit of this blue on the walls. The other, it's tan in all the other rooms. But what I love about this room is, as you can see, we get a lot of sun through this window, but I can lay in bed and see the golf course.
Yeah.
So it's pretty nice. That's the 14th green there. Not only is it a spacious room where we can sit and read books, we have plenty of space, but we can walk out through these beautiful doors and go out and have another way to get out on have our morning coffee, read a book, sit by the fire pit here.
Awesome.
And, just enjoy the beautiful nature here of the ranch.
Right.
Yeah, right on our deck. So
this is so cool.
and it's covered as well, so if it's winter, and we can sit underneath it.
Yes, you can enjoy it. Sit here, and if it's raining, you can sit here and still enjoy it in the summertime.
Exactly.
Yes, yeah.
So,
I love having access out of the master bedroom.
Yeah, that was just a beautiful option for us.
I love the size of this bedroom. Some master bedrooms are so big that they actually become not cozy, but this is big enough. You have room for the seating,
Yeah.
seating area, and there's just plenty of room. So to me, it's like the perfect size.
Yeah, and our little guy loves to just sit in there and cozy up and read books too. So
Yeah,
it's really nice.
And then it's got your own master suite here, of course.
Yes.
Suite.
Yes. So I went with, we talked about this before, these unique sinks that give it kind of that log home feel. But then you have the contrast between the rustic granite sinks and the marble to kind of
just
give it modern.
All natural materials.
Yes.
What come from Mother Nature, not man-made.
Yes.
I mean, everything from your countertop, your cabinets, your sink, everything. I guess the faucets are the only thing that's
Yes. Yeah.
man-made.
But that was the goal, to do that and then have kind of the modern bronze with this faux wood looking thing to kind of tie in all that lodge feel.
And I love your soaking tub.
Thank you. This was a thing that we found on the internet to kind of give it that rustic feel, but be modern as well. And
Again, it's natural.
We just love it.
Yeah, natural materials, but you still got your shower and
Yep, we did
and
this.
plenty of light coming in from the to the bathroom, natural light, and your beams.
Yeah, it turned out to be a really nice contrast up there.
Yes. One thing that I noticed somebody had posted on a Facebook post I was looking at this morning of a log home, and they were complaining because in that house, the beams for the second story floor were set on top of the girder as opposed to hanging off this girder, which gave you a very kind of strange space up there that you had to fill in.
Right.
And it's really difficult to do that. And I said that's one of the reasons why we do it this way and hang the beams off of the girder so that you don't have to deal with that. I think it's a we try to think about the little things that make it easier to finish, as less build and then looks better whenever you get done.
Right, and just aesthetically, it just looks gorgeous. We love it.
Yeah.
It turned out really well. We're just extremely pleased. And if somebody wants less wood up there, you certainly could put sheetrock between here, but I love the way it looks. It's just a decision on what the owner wants and their feel.
Right.
Now we're going to go head upstairs.
I love the way you did your stairs and your landing. You matched your landing flooring to your main level.
Yeah, thank you. Just again to give a little pop. And one of the things I wanted to point out was this was an option. And again, some people like a lot of wood, some people like a little less. But because we wanted to have the thinness and the metal here to kind of pop and give a visual distinction. And so this was an option that we did get through Gastineau. And they have lots of different types of design. These and then we picked this one, and we love how it turned out.
Yeah, I like the black. It matches the black steel for the exposed beam trusses. Kind of ties that all together. I think having little things like that match is way better than having a lot of things that are exactly the same.
Just simplicity. And
yes.
We did the same thing here. You'll notice there's a little bit of metal on the sconces on the wall. It's trying to tie all of that in.
Yes.
I love this strip of oak trim. This was an option as well. It just looks beautiful.
Yeah.
It sets up the wall.
I like wall sconces. I think wall sconces are really nice. They really, they can shine them. You can shine them down, and it really shows off the walls. And then this staircase, because you're on a crawl space, so you put a door.
Yes.
Door at the bottom of the stairs, so the stairs are closed in as opposed to being open. And these are our standard stairs and railing components.
And they're just beautiful. I mean, just a beautiful, sturdy stair that is, I didn't want to put any carpet on it, anything. It's beautiful to look at. And we do have the pantry below with a closet for storage.
Right. And these, the package includes like the risers to box the stairs in, and everything comes included for it.
And then as we talked about earlier, this is the Caroline Loft B. So the benefit you get is this beautiful loft space, which we just love for reading, cozying up. The only change I made in here is I added that window to give us a little more light, but it is just beautiful. We can sit out here, and as we talked about, look right out on the golf course, look down below. Just a really nice, cozy spot for reading and playing games. I play video games here with my son. We love it.
Yeah, I love these big posts.
Gorgeous. I mean, just solid. You're not going to see this in a lot of homes.
Yeah.
It's the benefit of a custom log home that people just go, wow. I mean, look at the size of that beam. You just feel sturdy.
Yes.
You feel grounded.
It's one thing that everybody always comments on is our houses are very, very well engineered, and we do a lot of big open roof systems like this, and it takes there's a lot of weight on this post right here, and these oak posts can take it.
Yes.
You know, and so it's I really love these big oak posts. It's just the massiveness of it.
The other thing I love about this design, it's so unique. I don't know where else you would see it, where you've got kind of this flat dormer coming in with a peak. It's just really cool aesthetically to look at. And
That's another advantage of doing when you do the Loft B. It changes the roof structure so you don't have a valley beam that runs down to here like you do if you don't have the Loft B. So it really gives you a lot of room up here.
Yes.
There's a lot more room than you would think up here, a lot of space.
Right, and again with the vault, it just opens everything up where it just feels way more square footage than it really is.
Now, one thing you did different is that, the 2x6 decking that we put on the top of the beams, you actually put a finished floor on top of those.
I did.
The pine.
Yeah, we went back and forth, and we thought about whitewashing the pine, but to have continuity with downstairs, we just decided to put this over it. Gives you a little more sound protection as well down below, and then it made it easy for us just to hide some wiring because we could just route the decking.
Yes. I noticed that's how some of the wiring that you've got, the lights you've got downstairs, the way that there had to be a space there to hide the wiring.
So it served a few purposes, and we really like how it turned out.
Yes, I do too. It looks great. Looks great, and it matches downstairs, like you said.
Yeah, we wanted to match. That was probably our biggest reasoning. Now here on this side, we have the bathroom for the bedrooms upstairs, and again, a nice vaulted bathroom. So we just continued with the same shower tile marble themes. And we just love the space.
Another beautiful sink.
Another beautiful sink. We kept it consistent.
Yes.
With these granite sinks. And then over down the hallway, we've got the boys' room. And what we decided to do here, as you know, you've got some options, but we just did oak on one wall. You certainly could do both to kind of give it that look that it's all still solid oak up here. But in this room, you do have studs, so you've got different options.
Right.
And we really like that option to kind of keep it still open and modern, but have that rustic feel with an accent wall.
The nice thing about this room being vaulted is that with a bunk bed, you don't have to worry about the kids hitting their head on the ceiling.
Exactly.
Yeah,
it just worked out really well. It gives them space. And then just a great room. Really, we're just pleased with how it turned out.
And you used a split system.
We did do splits. The builder felt that was the best way to go, and it's worked out pretty well. Just because sometimes you want to heat this for the boys, but we leave the office, which we'll go to next, and we don't need to heat it overnight or as much. So you can control the heat in each room.
Yeah. The split systems are really efficient.
It's efficient. It works well with log homes.
Yes.
So now we're moving on to our office, which could certainly be
an exercise, your Peloton bike. I have one of those. I love it.
Yes. I don't use it.
Can I come up tomorrow morning and do my workout?
You may use it.
I can log in.
Yes. But
I could go to the gym and use my phone this morning.
You could. Now, this obviously has a closet, so it could be another bedroom. We love the volume and, again, the vaults and just the uniqueness of kind of this dormer coming out. Again, we chose to just do oak on one wall, but you could do it on this wall as well, or all the walls, just depending on I've seen some people do the ceilings. You got a lot of options.
Yes.
But we wanted to keep it light and open. And as you can see, we have 2 desks. We both work from home, but it could be a workout room, a bedroom, a guest room, kind of. This is actually a guest room because this does fold out to a bed when we have guests.
And this has the big oak girder beam, ridge beam up above. So you do have some wood in here,
yes,
along with the oak siding on the outside wall of the dormer, which leads out into this gorgeous loft balcony.
Take a look, shall we?
Yeah, this balcony is just looking out over the golf course, makes this design perfect for this.
Yes, so we'll sneak it by the Peloton, but this is a great place to have coffee or a cigar or cocktail or whatever your desire is in life. But we wanted to capitalize on that beautiful mountain and the golf course again, and just have a really comfortable place to enjoy our mornings and evenings.
Yes. And again, just the family atmosphere here. You've got the people out there walking their dogs, and you got kids playing, but you're out in the country. You don't feel like you're in a development, per se. This is just a great setup.
It's just nice to have the hotel and resort amenities, but again, feel like you're out in wilderness.
Right.
So it really checked all the boxes for us.
Right. I love these beams out here on this little balcony with a beam roof system.
Yeah, it's just gorgeous. Just I can sit here and look at it forever. So, like we said on the back side of the house, I chose this dark green, which I'm just in love with, tied it to the green trim and the doors, and was really looking for kind of that Adirondack style. Those old U.S. Forest Service cabins that you guys probably had back east and northeast, and we have up here at all the state and national parks here and on the West Coast. So again, just visually, I wanted to have those dovetail corners. I just think they look beautiful. It was a beautiful option. I'm so glad we did it. And then just the trim, but I went with a totally different color on the outside compared to the inside. I wanted that mahogany, I think was the actual color of Sashko stain we picked. And it just turned out beautiful. And then I added the stones to give it that cabin look, to give it a little more robustness there as well.
Yes. And again, you flipped it, so this is what is the back porch and our standard model, and it's now your front porch. Gives you a nice entryway with your exposed beam truss, and then you did the double doors for entrance, so make it look more like a front door as opposed to where the patio door was. Yep,
just a small change, but just little details like that. We love that because it's covered when there is inclement weather. You're able to go into that way.
I like the way you use your rock around your crawl space.
Yes, that was an add-on last minute as well. We said we don't want exposed stone, and we were able to have the builder put some rock there to give it that foundation, that rustic stability type of look.
Like
so
very finished looking.
Finished, small detail, but we love it.
Yes, yeah.
So one of the things we did here, which was, I love how it turned out, was we did crushed granite.
Oh yeah.
And then just did some stepping stones to kind of over just cement to give ourselves a nice little landscaped look to get around the house.
You guys did a great job with all the little details.
There's a lot, isn't there? I mean, I kick myself sometimes with the few I missed, but you can't get them all.
No.
So here in the backyard, looking up towards the house, again, we wanted the prow facing the course to give ourselves that sun and that beautiful view. Love the deck space. We had a family reunion this year with 20 people. Filled that up, and then we're able to put the hot tub over on that side and put the sprinkler and bark dust in. And eventually we're going to add a little walkway, stone walkway through here to walk right onto the golf course and the walking and biking path.
It's a real mountain feel with the prow and your deck and everything. And then they have the balcony where we were out earlier, where you can look out and look at everything.
And again, small details, but just adding that stone, I just love it. It's just a small thing, but it does so much for the feel of the home. It doesn't cost a lot extra, and to me, it's just imperative to have those little pops.
I agree. And
one thing on the decking I wanted to point out too is my builder, I think, was really wise. When you get a lot of sun and you get a lot of snow, you're going to be constantly scraping wood and painting it every year. So it was an upgrade, but we did the timber tack kind of rubber decking, and it's real nice.
Yes, it's no maintenance.
Standpoint. So we like that and how that turned out as well, to just make life a little bit easier.
Right. You have the wood railing, so what you see the most of is still a natural product.
Right. I don't notice that, and the foot traffic goes there, but I still have all my wood.
Yeah.
So we like that change. And then
and you use the Capture Cascade Sashko product, which is the stain, and then it has a clear coat over the top, and your maintenance coats are just the clear coat, so it makes your maintenance really easy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. So that turned out really well, and that really is the exterior. Like I said, we can walk right out here and go on our way to have nice walks and miles of paths for biking or just play golf or enjoy nature.
That's awesome. And beautiful trees, and a whole variety of trees, all different kinds of trees.
A lot. We're in the wilderness up here at the high elevation, so we get a little bit of everything, from fir to cedar, oak, juniper, ponderosa pine, and I'm sure aspen trees, some other things I'm missing.
Yes.
Really a unique environment out here that we love, and it's a beautiful sunny day in December. I can't complain. Let's go play some golf.
No kidding.
Put your cap on.
Where's my club?